actual scanned documents. Some people might say that's tampering with evidence. Well, that happened. And the judge down there said, wait a minute, we got to hold on here. What's going on?
Well, the gentleman,
and of course, the irony is Jack Smith mishandled documents while he's charging President Trump with mishandling documents. You can't make this stuff up. So I think in some ways, a reference to what's going on with President Trump is entirely appropriate. My time is up. Who seeks recognition? Question occurs then on the amendment from the gentleman from Georgia. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. No. Opinion of the chair, the noes have it. The amendment is not agreed to. Gentleman has asked for a recorded vote. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Jordan?
No.
Mr. Jordan votes no. Mr. Issa? Mr. Gates? Mr. Biggs?
So while this vote is going
Mr.
on,
McClintock?
something
Mr.
is about to
McClintock
happen,
votes
which for
no.
me
Mr. Tiffany?
sums up the irony
Mr.
and the
Tiffany votes no.
hypocrisy. So
Mr.
Jim
Massey?
Jordan is
Mr.
calling
Massey
this,
votes no.
I'm not sure why
Mr.
he's
Roy?
wasting time, hearing into Merrick Garland,
Mr. Bishop?
everything to do with President Biden,
Ms. Sparks?
etc.
Ms. Sparks
And you will
votes no.
notice
Mr.
Jim
Fitzgerald?
Jordan
Mr.
has left
Fitzgerald votes
the
no.
hearing.
Mr. Pence?
So
Mr. Pence
important
votes no.
as to what
Mr.
you're about to
Klein?
see at the end of the vote.
Mr.
When
Armstrong?
you've watched
Mr.
it,
Armstrong votes no.
please spend some time
Mr.
watching it
Good-
all. Leave a comment below because this is incredible.
Mr. Van Drew?
And I
Mr. Van
think
Drew votes no.
it
Mr. Nels?
destroys everything Jim Jordan has,
Mr. Moore?
given the benefit of
Moore
the doubt
votes
that
no.
there's nothing
Mr.
there,
Kiley?
was attempting to do it. He's saying that
Ms. Hageman? Ms.
the
Hageman
audio
votes no.
of
Mr. Moran?
President Biden's
Ms.
interview
Lee? Mr. Hunt?
with her
Mr. Fry?
should be released, even though they actually have the
Mr. Nadler?
transcript. But have a
Mr.
listen.
Nadler votes aye.
to-
Ms. Lofgren?
Okay. I'll let you see for
Lee?
yourself. As soon as the vote's finished,
Mr.
it is
Cohen?
incredible. You need about 10 minutes or so.
Mr. Johnson?
Take your time
Mr.
and
Johnson votes
please
aye. Mr.
leave a
Schiff?
comment at the end. Just wait for
Mr.
them to
Swallow?
finish voting, and you will just see. And it's understandable, by
Lee?
the way, that Jim Jordan has
Ms. Jayapal?
run away.
Mr. Correa? Ms. Scanlon? Mr. Neguse? Ms. McBath? Ms. Dean? Ms. Dean votes aye. Ms. Escobar? Ms. Escobar votes aye. Ms. Ross? Ms. Bush? Mr. Ivy?
Aye.
Mr. Ivy votes aye. Ms. Ballant? Mr. Gooden votes no.
Clerk will record.
Mr. Chairman, there are 5 ayes and 12 noes.
The motion is not adopted. Who seeks recognition? Ms. Dean from Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have an amendment at the desk.
Clerk will report.
Representatives find Merrick B. Garland in contempt of Congress for refusal to.
Without objection, the amendment is read. The gentlelady from Pennsylvania will explain her amendment.
I thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to lay the table, and this builds on the amendment we just considered. The disinformation coming from the other side of the aisle is so troubling. It's funny, but it's really much more troubling than anything else. As we all know, Special Counsel Hur was not called in to do some sort of a competency hearing. He was to find out whether or not President Biden would be charged for mishandling of documents. I refer you to Mr. Hur, Special Counsel Hur's report here. We have every page of it. I forget how big it is here. Hold on, it's 350, 60 pages. Line 1, page 1. This is Special Counsel Hur's finding. And he said here to us, seated right at that table, that this was after, quote, rigorous, detailed, and thorough analysis by him and his group, his staff. Sentence 1, page 1. We conclude that no criminal charges are warranted in this matter. And then I thought very interestingly, and I even asked him to read this to us. The exception is former President Trump. I'm reading from page 11. Again, rigorously, thoroughly reported here by special. Assess the criminal charges pending against Mr. Trump, but several material distinctions between Mr. Trump's case and Mr. Biden's case are clear. You'll remember I asked Special Counsel Hur to read this. Unlike the evidence involving Mr. Biden, the allegations set forth in the indictment of Mr. Trump, if proven, would present serious aggravating facts, as my colleague read also. Most notably, continuing in the report, after being given multiple chances to return classified documents and avoid prosecution, Mr. Trump allegedly did the opposite. According to the indictment, he not only refused to return the documents for many months, but he also obstructed justice by enlisting others to destroy evidence and then lie about it. End quote. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why do my Republican colleagues need this audio file at all? After all, DOJ has provided 92,000 documents, plenty to go through, including the transcript, and let me hold that up, 2 days worth of testimony, the transcript of the president cooperating in the 2 days following the attack in Israel on October the 7th. But this president, this sitting president, cooperated fully and completely. Every word of his testimony is reported here. Do you think the Republicans really want to listen to the president's vocal tone, pace, inflections, verbal nuance, and other idiosyncrasies? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It may be they want to do that, but only because they think they can manipulate President Biden's voice to make it the next Trump for president ad. After all, they've done it before. Take a look, March 2020, Trump's White House social media director posted and Trump retweeted an edited video that cut off President Biden's sentence to make it sound like President Biden was endorsing Trump. Later that year, Steve Scalise shared an edited video of President Biden that falsely made it appear that he was supporting defund the police. And back in 2019, President Trump and Rudy Giuliani both retweeted a manipulated video of Speaker Pelosi that had been doctored to make the speaker appear incompetent. Unfortunately, we know that our chairman, our very chairman, has taken part in these phony manipulations too. I have to admit to you, as a mother and a grandmother, this next example hurts the most. Last year, Ms. Nina Jankowicz testified in her deposition that Chairman Jordan actually tweeted a manipulated video of her that contributed to a deluge of death threats against her. She was 8 months pregnant, while strangers online called her a Nazi and told her she should die. She had to attend her
Will the
prenatal.
gentlelady shall suspend for a second?
I will not yield.
I'm not asking you to yield. We
What
are
is it?
citing a deposition. I have a point of order. There you go. The gentlelady,
I ask you to
yeah, it's 40 seconds.
restore the clock.
Yeah, I have a point of order. You are citing a deposition in your amendment that has not been released in violation of House rules.
Let me check with my team.
Yeah,
I'll make the point that they should release the deposition,
we're happy to release it.
and she
All
should be
right,
able
then
to
it's
quote it.
decided. They're happy to release the deposition. I ask for thank you for restoring my time.
We have to strike the language that is citing the deposition that has not been released by House rules.
Because you don't want to release it? You don't want to release what Mr. Jordan did?
I can't release it in real time.
I think you could. Ask the chairman.
Is it surprising, by the way, that Jim Jordan
Mr.
has
Chairman,
disappeared?
parliamentary inquiry.
Nope.
Yes.
Can the chairman make a point of order? If so, then who rules whether the point of order is in order or not? No, the point of order is made by the chairman.
I can make a point, sua sponte, make a point of order. I'm in charge of ruling or enforcing the rules.
On
of
your
the
own
House.
point of order?
Yes.
This really did
Can
happen, by
someone
the
else
way.
be heard on the point of
May
order?
I speak to the point of order? No?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, the sitting chairman of this committee knows that this transcript was from last April. The committee has every ability and has awesome time to have released that. It seems to me and this side of the aisle that it is trying to be withheld in order to protect the chairman from something quite embarrassing. I ask that it be released today.
Would the gentlelady yield as
Hold on.
well?
I sure will.
hold on.
Okay.
That requires consultation with majority and minority counsel, and the fact that you wish that it was released prior to that does not supersede the fact that a cited deposition that has not been released by this committee is cited in the amendment that is in violation of House rules.
Is the irony visible to anyone else here? Anybody else notice the irony here?
Mr. Chairman,
Release the
Mr.
deposition?
Chairman, parliamentary
You've
inquiry.
got the whole transcript here and you're afraid. to-
Gentleman will state his inquiry.
What precisely in the amendment are you objecting to? Which quotations?
Please, please leave a comment now. This is just crazy. Your thoughts on Jim Jordan, please, comment section right now.
That's a decision for you all. The quotations in 2 and 3, page 2 and 3.
Quotation that reads, question, so it is fair to say the 1-minute video that Mr. Jordan linked to
Yes,
just made
that's
it
the
sound,
quotation.
let me finish.
Right?
Just made
I
it
know what
sound like you
everybody
were
knows.
endorsing.
Objection, Mr. Chairman.
Correct. I was referring to
Objection.
it
Gentleman is out of order.
As a minute.
Objection.
Gentleman is out of order. Gentleman will suspend.
So Mr. Jordan relied on this kind of.
Gentleman is out of order. The gentleman will suspend.
Who is out of order?
You are, Mr. Knapp.
Oh. I've made a parliamentary, why am I out of order? What am I violating?
You're disclosing the content of a deposition that has not been released by the House,
It's disclosed in this amendment that's already
which
been
is,
published publicly.
which is the entire point of the parliamentary inquiry.
Well, then
Point
I'm
of
happy
order.
to amend my amendment to take out only the Q&A that you do not want revealed. Because the chairman would be embarrassed by it. I will.
Is there
take that out.
objection? You, yeah.
Wishful
Take it out
thinking.
of the record. Thank you.
Uh,
On the point of order.
I want to be heard on the point of order. She's disclosed all this, she being Ms. Jankowicz, in interviews on multiple.
That doesn't matter. I
occasions.
mean, her testimony towards that versus the transcript of the deposition are not the same. Disclosure
Well,
of the committee.
but the point there is, and I think the author of the amendment offered to strike the exact quotes, but the substance of the statements is public information.
Yeah.
This guy's
The
confused.
amendment discloses committee record that has not been released in violation of House rules.
Well,
How
but
about my amended amendment? I'm taking out the testimony which this committee, the majority on the committee, does not want revealed. And I guess I don't even want to ask, can we get the audio of that?
I mean, I mean, if you look at the footnotes, Mr. Chairman.
Will the
it
gentlelady,
cites-
will the gentlelady ask for unanimous consent to amend the amendment?
I ask for unanimous consent to amend the amendment to take out the language that you don't want revealed. Take out the Q&A.
Is there an objection? Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Chairman,
Gentlelady is recognized.
I thank you. I think I had 40 seconds, but I'll take 30. Again, the irony is just extraordinary in this committee. Misrepresentation, a finding of incompetence by the former president, when you know this special counsel found. We conclude no criminal charges are warranted in this matter. It is absurd that the chairman of this committee, who sits in offense to his own subpoena, hundreds and hundreds of days, is seeking the voice of the president, whose voice he knows very, very well. The testimony is rich and complete. I ask that my amendment be considered and be honored and passed, because otherwise we could see the use of this video, this audio, excuse me, to be doctored, to be deep faked, and to be Trump ads. I urge all my colleagues to support my amendment. Thanks so much.
Anybody else seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman,
Gentleman from Virginia.
I'm hesitant to speak because
Can't hear you.
I'm hesitant to speak, Mr. Chairman, because I'm so
Oh, my.
my